Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Chess Journey to National Master. In this episode, I got to face Paulo Vasconcelos, a 2093 rated player. And for today's video, I decided to do something more special. The game was very short. It will probably last like 4 minutes for me to show you guys the whole game, so I decided to do something a little bit different extra today. So today I'm gonna actually show you how I prep for my opponents. And yeah, this is how to prep like Ricciardini when you're playing tournaments, over the board tournaments. How to prepare for a specific player. So this was the tournament here. I already put the chessresults.com page, which is what we use in Portugal for all the tournaments. So yeah, you come here, you see what player you're gonna face. So in this round, I got to face Paulo Vasconcelos, and I click on this card of him, and I copy the name. So I come here, try to copy only the name. Yeah, Control C, and here I open a new tab on Google and I put chess, and then I copy paste the name, so like this. And here you see the results that it shows. So I scroll a bit here. I see some things of the Portuguese Federation, the FIDE ratings, blah blah blah. But normally the most important thing, especially when you're facing like strong players, experienced players, is the chess base page. So let me open here, open another tab here. I went quickly here. There's only two names that appear, one Portuguese, one Brazilian. I know that I'm playing a Portuguese player. I know his age. I know that this is the player that I'm looking for. And here I normally just scroll right into it. So this doesn't really matter because these were games from the tournament that weren't there at the time. And at the time, I only had this to see only like 2005 email games, which don't matter at all for me and for my preparation. So okay, on chess base you see that he plays a lot of e4, but it's been a long time, so not really sure. Of course, I'm playing the black pieces, so I'm preparing against white. So I close, and okay, I don't see much here from him that I can use. So what I do now is I put his name, just his first and last name. So I already did this just to test out before the video, so it's already there. So Paulo Vasconcelos chess, and I click, and it is a bit different. So you have the FIDE card, which is good to look at just to see when was the last time he played. Okay, he played here a few, but before he didn't play for a long time. So okay, this also doesn't help. So the last thing that I need to check is if he has online accounts. So normally what I do, I scroll here, and okay, nothing shows. I sometimes just go to chess.com, so I click on my chess.com thing, and I go here to members, and I try to put this first and last name, which is normally what people have in their descriptions or names. So yeah, like this. And I try to see if I can see some Portuguese players. Like I open the tab here. This is a different name. So yeah, you open a few. This is of course not him because he's like 53 years old. It doesn't look like this. So yeah, I click here and you see, okay, this account is like 97 games, so it's not him for sure. So okay, this doesn't matter. So I'm a little bit like not really understanding stuff, but here I think this is what I did. I actually just clicked on images, and I saw this image from him. I think this was what I did, but I'm not sure if it was this. It was either this image that I saw, something like this, or this, and I saw that it had a link for Twitter. And if you actually come here as well, if you scroll down enough, like this is the Twitter link, so you should click on that Twitter as well. So yeah, let's say I click on this Twitter thing, and boom, I see his page, Paulo Vasconcelos. I click here, and I found his stuff through Twitter, and I saw this YouTube .com, and yeah, I think during the tournament, I think I actually went to media and saw like a post of him, and I found his League Chess account through this through his social media post, but for sake of clarity, you can just click on YouTube. By the way, shout out to Undercover YouTube channel. This is his YouTube channel, you should check it out. Pretty instructive, and yeah, I'm already subscribed as well. So yeah, shout out to my opponent here. And I feel like just the simple thing is you click on a video, you leave a like because you're prepping against your opponent. You leave a like, and yeah, here you just see his League Chess account under K-Cover. So yeah, you got his League Chess account, and then you come here to openingtree.com, opening tree, you click here, and then you put leaguechess.org, you copy, you just put his name in, and it will show all his games. It will take a while to load, so I'm not gonna do that, but that's what I did to prepare for this game, and this is what I normally do. So this one was Twitter preparation, but you can also use Facebook to find some people. Have done that before, you guys know. But yeah, you can do a lot of things to try to find people's online chess stuff, and that's what I do. So yeah, shout out to Paulo, and let's get back into this scene to cover what happened in the game. So yeah, that's quickly how I actually prepare for my opponents. I just do all that stuff, and maybe sometimes a few more things, but I'm not really remembering. Sometimes you really have to dig up to find, but yeah, I don't mind sharing this because I actually plan on not doing as much prep against the player as I used to, because I feel like that's not reliable, and people are actually starting to deviate from what they play against me, specifically to avoid my preparation. That happened in my recent tournament that I played a week ago, actually, that I'll be covering in this channel. So yeah, the prep will not be working as well in the future because of my reputation, but it is what it is. I need to improve as a player and not rely only on prep. So okay, I had the black pieces, my opponent had the white pieces, and I saw that he played e4. I went for c6, the Caro-Kann, and he went for the advance, which I was expecting, and I went for bishop f5. Normally I play c5, but I decided to go bishop f5 to go into what he normally plays against bishop f5, which is the tile variation with h4. I go h5, bishop d3, takes, and now I give this check on a5, very typical, asking white what he wants to do about this check. Does he want to block with the bishop? Does he want to block with the knight? Does he want to block with the pawn? There's a lot of options here. Even b4 is an option, I think, in this position. So yeah, here my opponent decided to go for bishop d2, which is not what he normally plays, and now the move is queen a6, trying to trade queens, and now he gives this intermediate move here, e6, and I take the queen. It takes on f7 with check, intermediate move, I take with the king, it takes with the pawn, and we reach this position, which is a very interesting endgame where my king is misplaced here, but on the other hand, my opponent has double d pawn, so there's imbalances. This is definitely like a equal endgame with chances for both sides. But yeah, my pieces, this bishop especially is way worse than this bishop, but okay, he has double pawn, so there's chances for both sides. And here I forgot my preparation. This was a morning game. I hate morning games. I'm really a night owl. I prefer games where it's like middle of the afternoon, late afternoon or night. I prefer those games. Like morning games for me are just very tough because I'm not a morning person at all. And here I forgot my prep and I play knight f6, and this is a bad move. the move here is actually knight h6, which was on my preparation. Knight h6 is the correct move. And the reason is very simple. Here, after normal moves like knight f3, I have knight f5, and this knight f5 move is very important. The knight is really well placed here, pressuring h4, pressuring d4, which is the most important thing. And when my opponent invades my position with something like knight e5 check, I can go just king e8, and yeah, I mean, everything is good. But normally the white players should go knight g5 check, because now after I play like king g6, he has knight e6, but this is not that scary. I mean, I'm never afraid of him trading this good knight for this bad bishop, and here I can just keep developing with the, you know, knight a6, stopping knight c7, also, you know, freeing up the space for the rook. And now here it's tough for white to actually make a good move, because my opponent can't go knight c3. This would be a huge blunder. Now I have knight b4, and I'm attacking d3. I'm threatening this check, and I'm already like doing very, very well here. And also, if he plays like something like a3, this is simply too slow. I can just go knight king f6, excuse me, and pressure this knight, making him have to do something about this knight. He probably needs to take the bishop, because I'm also putting pressure here on d4. So yeah, after knight a6, my opponent would have to make a very ugly move like bishop c3, and yeah, I would have time to consolidate here, something like king f7, probably better than king f6. And if he gives a check here, I can just go king g8 and, you know, play for rook e8, play for knight c7, e6, or yeah, e6 probably. And yeah, so this is important, this maneuver of knight h6 to f5, very important. But I went knight f6, which is worse because my knight is doing nothing on f6. Now after knight f3, knight d7, and my opponent can simply just develop to natural squares, because I'm putting no pressure on his pawns. And yeah, this knight can go to g4, but it could also go to g4 on h6. And yeah, now it can't go to e4 because the square is well protected by this double pawn. And yeah, this is not good coordination, honestly. f5 would be a very, very much stronger square. So yeah, that's simple. Yeah, I tried rook e8 to try to push 45, but here I realized that something went wrong, because this is definitely not what I looked at. And yeah, knight g5 check by my opponent. I went king g8. Now he went knight e6, and you know, he has ideas of maybe going knight c7 here. I went king f7, attacking the knights. Knight g5 check, king g8, knight e6 check. And here I thought, okay, my opponent maybe wants a draw. I mean, I would be very happy with the draw here for sure. And so I went king f7, and after a while my opponent thought for a long while, but he actually ended up just repeating the position, and we agreed to a draw. So this was a very quick game, just a quick draw. Yeah, I guess my opponent was also not, you know, familiar with knight f6, or maybe just didn't remember this line very well, because yeah, apparently if he had gone knight f3 and just castle here, he would have a big advantage. I don't know exactly why, but yeah, I haven't really checked deeper than this, and I'm not gonna pretend like I know why this is so much better than what he did. But okay, this was the game. It was very short and yeah, not very interesting. But yeah, sometimes you have these games, and I was definitely happy about this because I was playing against a much higher rated opponent. So, but yeah, it was nice. We got to talk and to know each other after the game, and yeah, it was a good result. And yeah, the tournament is actually going very, very well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this shorter video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye. Take care.